what do you cause within your body when you are wearing these shoes? And also, what do you support? There's no beginning and the end. These are not the problem. These are not to blame for health issues. They're part of it. But pretty much all of the physical tension that wearing these boots creates, we've already created in our body through sitting down and paying attention at school, holding our shoulders back, holding our stomachs in so we look skinny, holding our legs together because we're a good girl. We've already created those tensions. These shoes support it, but they also perpetuate those tensions. So yes, they make us feel better. You put these on and you get a rush. You know, you go and you buy a new pair of these shoes, or you go and buy new trainers, supportive sports shoes. You know, they feel really good because they push your buttons. They push the buttons that release adrenaline, that release feel-good hormones, and that release pain-killing hormones. All of the things that come with being in the fight-flight sympathetic nervous system energy. So these shoes aren't to blame, but they're helping and perpetuating and supporting this imbalance that exists within us. When it comes to my movement, what we're focusing on in the beginning is getting on the floor so that we feel safe. The act of putting these shoes on makes our body detect danger because it takes away the foundation of our feet. The repetition of wearing these shoes locks our body into the concern that there's danger and locks our body into the nervous system. And then everything we do perpetuates that response, and we never come out of it, because to come out of it, we need to make our body feel safe. So wearing these shoes makes us feel exhausted and makes us feel weak, because to stand in these shoes requires our nervous system to lock on muscles to hold us up out of them, because it's uncomfortable to have our feet compromised. This is the same with high heels, jandals, anything that is not mimicking a barefoot ability for your feet. So what does this cause in the body? It causes circulation disruption. So the circulation that would normally flow, or should normally be flowing freely throughout your entire being, nourishing all of your organ systems, all of your tissues, being pulsed by the rhythm of your breath, that circulation, both heart and breath pulse, is interrupted by muscle tension. The muscle tension is activated by the nervous system responding to danger and holding you into a position, so holding your bones into a position where you are able to run and fight. What does that mean? It means that the lower back is pulled forward into the back of the digestive organs, pelvis is tilted, the space through the groin is shortened to prepare you for propulsion for running and fighting. Perfect. That puts pressure on the digestive organs. So not only have they been pushed forward from the back, because the pelvis tilts, there's a possibility, they're spilling forward over the pubic bone now, so the front abdominals lock in. Those two things create a circulation limitation because of the tight muscles. Think of it like a dirty sponge. You hold a dirty sponge in your hand under a running tap and you just gently squeeze it and release it. The water runs clear, right? But if you hold a dirty sponge under a tap and you don't release your hand, the water doesn't get into the sponge. It's a really simple analogy, but it makes a lot of sense for why we have toxin buildups and detoxes needed. So the digestive organs are compromised. The other thing that are compromised is the actual space between your bones and your joints. Because this is shortened and it's pulled the bones in the thigh bone in the pelvis into a certain alignment, and then because of repetition it gets held in that alignment, our bones are constantly held out of alignment, which takes effort. Like, a lot of energy is required to hold those muscles short. Twice effort actually, because then every move you make, you're then fighting against these tight muscles. So look at that energetically. You're at war with yourself. You are the vibration of war. And the harder you go trying to fix that and pull that out or strengthen something up to counteract that tightness, the harder the energy of war is within you. So that's your digestive organs, your reproductive organs, they're all the same. You know, they all get affected the same. The other one is your breath. Your breath, when your lungs fill, your whole body should pulse. The lungs filling is completely involuntary and subconscious, and there's nothing we need to do mentally to make it happen unless we are out of balance and we have a compromised lung function. It's indicating that we have got muscle tension in our body, which is limiting our ability to breathe completely, naturally, and freely as ourselves. It is also limiting the ability of our body to breathe in a way that our nervous system needs us to breathe, based on whether it's pushing us into fight, flight, or we are in rest, digest, and heal. So if we've got tight muscles, our breath can't pulse. Think of it, the tap, the sponge in the hand, you've got tight muscles. So where the lungs want to fill and spread out, they can't go through there. And so that compromises the ability of you breathing. Because the lower back's been shortened, the whole back line gets shortened, so we end up with this shortened back of the neck, chin forward, eyes bulging. The whole circulation through the spinal cord is now compromised because there's no movement, it's locked hard. Again, with the breath, it's like the swell in the open ocean. You know, you're in a boat out the back in the open ocean, and there's just that gentle swell moving under the boat, and you're just rocking over it. Our breath does that to our entire body if we are in balance, if we are functioning optimally. And it cannot get through the tight muscles that our nervous system is holding on to in response to us feeling unsafe. Feeling unsafe. But just taking these off your feet doesn't change what you've created in your body. It doesn't change the habits that you've created. So you can take these off your feet and you're actually going to feel better, because you have created now, you've created a new familiar up here. You take these off your feet, you actually put yourself into a fight, flight, nervous system stress response, because you are undermining your foundation again. Once you're out of balance, everything you do is going to be self-perpetuating. It's going to keep grinding you down because it creates fear in the body, which is why in my movement we get on the ground. We get on the ground in the beginning because you feel safe there. You're not going to fall a long way when your muscles start releasing. And you still feel this. You feel it in the way your body holds up off the floor. You feel it when your body starts to recognize safety. And this is not mental, this is physical. This is a nervous system response. When your body starts recognizing safety, your nervous system starts to release muscle tension, and your bones literally drop towards the floor. And even when you're lying on the ground, you feel it. Oh, you drop. It's scary. And your nervous system's like, whoa, what was that? And so you lie on the floor and you observe this, and you're like, okay, I am feeling this. No judgment, no trying to fix anything, no changing anything. Just feeling what you've got, what you have created. So, fight, flight. All shoes that are anything other than this flexible, that thin, that secure on the foot. You know, my foot does not move in there.